I know what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P. A lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious. I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
Hey, what up? Welcome back to the program. Welcome to the show. You're now tuned in to Let's Go Live with Lamont King. I'm Lamont King, and we are now going live. Hey! One more time. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 East Coast time. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast and worldwide watching. Appreciate you. A little bit of everything on this show. It's like a live podcast, but not. We do trending topics, celebrity interviews, hilarious commentary, and interesting people. And we are broadcasting live from the newly remodeled Drunken Fruit Studios.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad efficient.
There it is. Make sure you visit them as well. Yeah. Also, we are 100% viewer supported by viewers like you. So we appreciate any patronage at all. See that? See how I did that? Patronage. $sign Lamont King 06 on the Cash App. If you want to throw us a loose dollar or $5 or even a dub. But if you want to subscribe and get all the content in one location, you can do that. Patreon.com, Mr. Lamont King. The number to call in today is going to be a packed show. Here it is. Write it down. Take a note. Take a picture. It'll be in the chat. And if you got the Skype, let's go live with the exclamation point. Find the picture. That's us. I'll bring you on the show. Shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Clarkson. Always on the Googles. Good to see our return viewers. Good to see y'all. Appreciate y'all for hanging in there. All right, let's get to it. We're going to be talking to a gentleman who plays around on the stock market very seriously. And he's going to be dropping just some info. I had some questions yesterday, and I didn't want to get to it. I wanted to talk about Apple and Tesla, but I wanted somebody smarter than me, an interesting person, to come on and talk about it. And also, we've been hearing from a up and up crew, Truth Hall, Eddie Bryant, to talk about their new podcast and what's left. Are there any real dudes left? Real black men stand up. The black man is the most unprotected species on the planet. The cisgendered, heterosexual black man. We're doing tough talk, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been with me for a few years, you'll know that this series that we're doing here every day started with the Tough Talk series on Facebook. And today we're bringing it back, one day only. We're having a tough talk about how the straight black man is the most unprotected species on the planet. All right. Tomorrow, we speaking with Kevin Mincy. You remember he's rejoining the show from Philly, civil rights attorney, to talk about this new revelation that's come out in Kentucky about how the Attorney General's office, I don't even know if I can call it the state's attorney's office. There's evidence showing that they trying to. It's the weirdest thing ever. Evidence has come forward saying that the state's attorney prosecutor's office has tried to close cases to get suspected criminals who are facing trial to include Breonna Taylor as a member of, a criminal ring, tying her to crimes that happened after she died. So we're going to be hearing from Kevin Mincy out of Philadelphia, a civil rights attorney, to kind of give us some understanding on the bullshit that's coming out of Louisville, Kentucky, unfortunately. I don't know if you read that, so we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. Shout out to the Peanut Gallery. Good to see y'all. Yvonne, Teron, Sharice, all the regulars. Good to have you. Did you see the verses last night? Monica and what's her face? Big head ass Brandy. No, I'm sorry. Brandy and Monica. You know you wanted to say it. I did not get a chance to watch it. I'm not going to lie. I should have done it for research, but I got to tell you, I wasn't really a fan. I'm sorry. I'm the only one. I wasn't really. Apparently, I'm literally the only one because they clocked in some of the highest numbers ever for the verses. So if you're not familiar with verses battle took place yesterday on all platforms. It's getting bigger and better each time. And the numbers that they clocked apparently are the most ever. I tuned in and checked in, peeped in, being nosy, lurking, and it was at 1.2 million people watching the live show. They said it went 3 hours. It was great. They did the hits, 20 hits. I think people were just being messy. The reason why I got the numbers that it did, because people was being messy, trying to see if it was going to be some action and some smoke, and it really wasn't. They went the way of Jill and Erica on some kumbaya, peace be still, no shots fired type. But I heard Brandy was being real awkward and real weird the whole time. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that's a new thing with her, or is that just something that now that we haven't seen her in a long time, we're realizing about her. So I didn't get a chance to watch it, but hey, I heard it was good, man. So good for them. They made money. Somebody did. I just really, I wasn't a fan of Brandy and Monica, and even in the '90s, just not my zhuzh. It wasn't, that R&B, late '90s R&B, not even R&B, just girl songs. Just I didn't really. Coach Ken says he saw it. It was okay. However, he wasn't a fan either. So there's that. But good for them, though. I don't know who's next. I keep hearing, some wild suggestions, but they did it at Tyler Perry Studios. It was real. Kamala was in there. Senator Harris was in there. It was real. It was a fan favorite if you're a fan. So I could tell you like 2 songs. And every time I checked in, they wasn't doing none of the songs that I know. So, but there it is. They broke all kind of records. John Cia, what up? John Cia said she was whack. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it moving. My next guest to the program dabbles in the stock market. And that's what we're talking about today, man, the block market. I just wanted to get somebody on who had a little bit more experience than me and to help us understand what recently happened. Because I saw yesterday, Apple and Tesla stock split, what you need to know. And then I go to Black Twitter, or Twitter in general, and all over social media, everybody's talking about it. And I was like, I know all of y'all don't know what y'all talk about stocks. Everybody was excited. And I'm like, you probably own no shares. So I wanted to talk yesterday, but I found this young brother who's actively engaged in the stock market. So I'm bringing him to the program right about now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Let's Go Live, Deontay Bodie. What's good with you, Deontay?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you for having me.
Now I know you got a little, you stressed for time. You here, there, everywhere. Got a lot going on. If you could just give our viewers a brief background of your foray, if you will, into the stock market? How did you get into buying and selling?
Okay, yeah, no problem. So I'm a recent graduate of Florida State University. I majored in actuarial science. So, just took a ton of classes in school, but I always realized my professor, they'll touch certain topics, they'll stay away a little bit. So it took, getting in there and just trying things, practicing, I learned a lot hands-on from trial and error. Over time, really, started with purchasing, some stocks. And then over time, I said, man, it's time to, jump off the roof. So, really gave it a try. And like I say, learned a lot over, that spent maybe 2 years in the game.
So 2 years so far. Now let me back up. Let me qualify this conversation for everybody watching. You are not licensed. We're not here to give advice.
Nah.
You're not no stock tips, no insider trading. You're just somebody who has found success, self-taught, and can share a few gems about trading.
Yeah, exactly. No license for me, like I say, man, hands-on learning, trial and error. I'm no professional,
Okay. All right. So let's get to it. Because recently, if you could tell the story, I put a call out yesterday and in some circles that I'm in, and we share some mutual acquaintances. And I was like, yo, I need somebody to talk, just Apple Tesla. And they was like, well, holler at my man. Then I hollered at you and you was like, yo, as a matter of fact, today I just put X amount down and made X amount. And then you said, tomorrow I'm expecting to do X, Y, Z. And then I talked to you today and you was like, my man, I did X, Y, Z and a whole nother alphabet. Tell that story about what happened yesterday as far as Apple and Tesla is concerned and what type of success you met with yesterday.
Okay, yeah, perfect. I even want to backtrack even, a day before that. Let's go to Friday, okay? So all this time, Apple and Tesla, they say they about to do a stock split, okay? If people are not aware, a stock split originally means you're going to take the value of a company. The value isn't going to change, but you're going to change the price. So essentially, Apple stocks, normally sat around $500, and Tesla normally sat around $2,200, okay? So Apple did a 4-for-1 stock split. Essentially what they did was they took that share price, divided it by 4, and gave you 4 times the shares. Okay. So each share was originally worth $125, and they gave you 4 shares instead. So each person still has the same amount of money. Essentially, you just have more shares because the shares are worth a little bit less. Okay. Now, normally with a stock split, what happens is companies do stock splits because they want to allow, more of the average investor to invest in the company. Okay. Not many of us have $2,200 to buy a share of Tesla.
Right.
Maybe we're more likely to get a share if it drops down to $400 or $500. Not many of us can afford a $500 share of Apple, but if it falls down to $100, more of average investors can invest in the game. Okay. So what happens is when more people buy these shares, it drives the price up. So Friday, I knew they was going to do the stock split. Okay. So I placed my option and everything. I said, this option is going to give me a lot of money come Monday. Okay. Monday, that's when I made the 2,600. Now the 2,600 was based off of Apple. Just from the prior knowledge from experience in stock splits happen, whenever a stock split happen, if it's more reasonable, normally the share price drive up, okay? So I made the 2,600 from Apple off of $500, okay? So instead of buying 1 share of Apple, I instead said I'm gonna get 1 contract of Apple, okay?
What does that mean?
Okay, so a contract is options, okay?
Okay, options, right?
Yeah, so essentially that's a whole nother ballpark.
Yeah. Puts and calls and all that.
Yeah. It's just honestly, it's just betting on the direction of the stock. A call is just saying the stock price gonna go up. A put just saying it's gonna go down. Okay. And I basically put $500 on it saying it's gonna go up. Twist is, if it don't go up, you lose all your money basically.
Okay, right.
More risky, but it comes with more reward. Okay. Put $500 on Apple saying it's gonna go up. Okay. That $500 turned to $3,300, which is about what, $2,800 profit. Okay. Had that $2,800 profit. Next day, come Monday, I put that on Zoom. Okay. I took $500, turned it to 33, took the 33, put it on Zoom, and I told you, I said this is gonna be worth at least 10 stacks in the morning.
That's what you said yesterday.
I said it's gonna be worth 10 stacks in the morning. Wake up.
Now stop. Hold it.
Okay.
So what made you go that direction with Zoom? Is it something you read? Is it something you heard? Is it a feeling you had? What made you do that?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. So essentially, whenever you do options or whenever you're doing stocks, you want to understand what's going on in the market. Okay. So Zoom had an earning report yesterday, which essentially just means they're going to tell you how much money did they make this quarter. Okay. Now, if you were watching Zoom last quarter when they did an earnings report, their sales went up tremendously. It doubled last quarter. Okay. So that was based off of January to March. Now, COVID happened initially around March time. Okay. So essentially, if you think 1 month out of the 3 months that they're reporting, that caused sales to double. Okay. So now they're reporting April to July. So that you can really factor in, those are all months that have been COVID affected. Okay. Now, remember, it's the program. Okay. A lot of this stuff takes a little bit of analytical skills and knowledge with it. Okay. How many more people are using programs like Zoom now that we have to telework? You know, now we have to work from home. How many more people need these products? Okay. So I essentially said a lot more people are buying these things right now because people need it. Everyone's home. Everyone's, been forced to work from home. These sales have to have increased over this quarter. Okay. So that's how I thought of Zoom. I knew the earnings report was coming out. I thought through it. I said, man, a lot of people gonna have, have to have bought this product, which means they're gonna have made a lot of money.
Now, before you reveal what happened today, I had told you earlier that when I first started getting curious about the stock market, I opened a Robinhood. This was around March when we were at home, and I looked at Zoom and I was like, man, that's probably about to be the future. and it was like 150. And I was like, man, I should just get one share. And then some negative press started happening because it was getting hacked, and and then Microsoft started running commercials on TV. Teams is better, and then my job, they're doing WebEx. So I stopped looking and looked away. And then you told me today that they've kind of bolstered their infrastructure.
Yep.
Which is kind of the reason that the price started going up again. Which also tells me that when you get in this game, you have to actively pay attention continuously.
Yeah.
Or else you'll miss, opportunities. So what happened today?
Yeah. So, I mean, just to touch on that real quick, you always got to pay attention because, you might play a position, which means, place an option on something, buy a contract, and then that can change. News come out, and that change. It's like giving you an example. If you betting on the Lakers to win tonight and they tell you that the starting five not playing, you might want to cancel that bet, So I remember you said Zoom, it was at 150. I remember you was telling me about the bad news and everything. Yep. I said, man, but they came back and, put this money on security. And imagine how that has changed the program, and it's covered all the press and everything. So to today, I woke up, turned 500, like I said, on Friday in the 3,300, 2,600 profit Monday. Took the 2,600. I took my 500 off the table now. I said, hey, I want my money back. Worst case scenario, I get my money back now. Okay. Took the 2,600, put it on Zoom, woke up this morning, 29 stacks. 29 large, 29 stacks.
And when you say, okay, this ain't gambling, this ain't the casino. When you say put it on, what does that even mean? Like, are you saying at a certain price point, I want y'all to buy X amount of shares and or sell X amount of shares? And what was the spike overnight that caused you to arrive at that type of return?
Okay. So when I say put it on, essentially what I mean is bought an option and placed a contract agreeing that I'm basically saying my money is on, this stock is about to go up. Okay. Now with options, it's not only about when it's going to go up, you have to call the exact time that it's going to go up. I said it's going to go up tonight.
Now, how did you know that? So you're trading after hours?
Not necessarily. I'm saying the movement is going to happen after hours, but I'm going to place the ticket basically on the contract, on the option before the market closed.
Now, where did you get that type of intuition or knowledge? Just based on your experience thus far, or
yeah,
so, even know that's a thing to do?
Yeah, all these are good questions. Okay. The earnings report was happening as soon as the market closed yesterday. Okay. So I knew after the earnings report, they were going to tell the world how much money they made. They were going to say, hey, we made this. By the way, they quadrupled their sales this quarter. They quadrupled this quarter their sales that they made the entire last year. The stock went from $310 to $460.
Which is very significant.
it rose $150.
Yeah.
You know, it rose 50, 60% in a day. Stocks move maybe 2 to 3% in a day.
Right.
If that, you know, that's great movement. To see a stock move 50, 60% in a day.
Now, is any of that fluff? Like, do you think any of that is inflated? Do you think any of that is like them really, you know, doing some excellent marketing and leaking info, and like, how does something have that type of growth overnight?
See, this is the thing. That's what makes earning reports so valid. Okay, it's where you get a real insight of a company. It's illegal to fluff. Now what they'll do, you know, they'll obviously, you know, politician. You know, you'll try to talk around it. You'll say, you know, sales have been decent. You know, you might try to talk around and give some fluff, but the number you provide, that has to be factual. That's what makes earning reports so good.
Right. So with that, you know, not to be in your pockets and all of that, counting to 29. Now, what happens is that you take that money and you reinvest. If you pull it out, do you get hit with capital gains? Like for the novice investor, what do you do with that money? Can you pull that out, cash app yourself? How does that work?
Yeah. So, I mean, you can cash out the money, you know, anytime. With me personally, I actually, you know, I cashed out 20 stacks. I left 9 stacks on. And obviously that's going to be taxed. You said the capital gains, you already know they're going to tax that 20, 30%, you know, the government, you know,
you can live with that.
Yeah. They got to get theirs, you know,
Yeah.
But yeah, you can cash out your money anytime. You know, me personally, I like to take a lot more off. Honestly, I plan on even taking more than this off. I just had another really good idea that I was like, man, I got to go back in, you know,
Yeah. So what do you use? Do you use like Robinhood, Fidelity? Like, what are some of the apps that you would suggest, or not even suggest, but that you're familiar with?
So I currently use Robinhood. You know, just because, like I say, I'm beginner, but not beginner. I'm just, like I say, trial and error, learn on my own, figure it out. You know, but I honestly think I'm to the point now where I have to upgrade. I've been looking at a Thinkorswim. That I'm thinking about doing. I've been looking at Fidelity, like you said. I've been looking at Ameritrade, and one of the biggest differences is on Robinhood you can trade for free. Okay,
right.
So you can buy contracts and things like this for free, but on these other, you know, apps and things, you have to pay a commission fee. It may be 6 cents per trade, 10 cents per trade, etc. So we always take free first, but this is the problem. Okay, the people who pay to be able to make these trades, they get priority over you. So what I mean by that is you may go try to sell your contract in the morning and it won't go through. You know, and Robinhood has been crashing a lot lately, just because of the high activity. It's not programmed to, you know, handle all this activity. And I mean, it's free. So sometimes you can't get your money off the table.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's cool. So any advice for like, you know, beginners, first timers? You know, the question is always, what type of money do I play with? How much is too little? How much is enough? Like when you started 2 years ago, what type of monies were you playing with on the table?
Man, you know, I started 2 years ago. I was in college. You know, I might get my financial aid, and I might put, you know, $100 in. But if I had to give any advice, I would say, you know, understand it's a process. Like you're not going to wake up. I mean, you can. That's the beautiful thing about the market. You can, but it's very unlikely. You know, you wake up, you roll over tomorrow and you making 20, 30 stacks, but it's a process. But what I love about it is it's sort of like life. You learn these lessons, you'll never have to learn them again. You know, I missed out on Zoom last time it jumped, you know, but this time I knew when Zoom earning report was coming out again, I knew what time it was. So I would say start by putting a little money to the side, whatever you can, whether it's $20, $30. You know, I started by actually purchasing shares in companies, and, you know, it grew to at least double that, maybe over 7 to 10 months, you know? And then I was able to say, I'm big on take my money off the table. I need my money off the table. So, you know, it's a process though. Understand that.
So let's go to the peanut gallery. Brandon Horn says, how did you learn about options?
Yeah, I mean, great question. So, I mean, me, like I said, and it's a funny story. I'm going to try to say it real quick, okay? I was sitting in one of my actuarial classes at Florida State, and my professor, he started this game, a stock simulator game. And he was like, whoever wins, we're going to start this game on the first day of class. Last day of class, whoever has the most money is going to get 20% extra on their final exam, okay? So everyone's being real competitive and everything. We trade and everything. He gave everybody 100 stacks, okay? So I get my 100 stacks. I'm diversifying the portfolio, you know, getting a little balance, everything. You know, I'm making a little money and everything. 2-3 months later, everybody come back to class. We all excited to report our numbers. Okay. So my portfolio went from 100 stacks to like 103. Okay. It didn't really grow much over time. I actually lost a lot of money from the fluctuation, you know, things like that. Some people portfolio went from 100 to 98. I think the largest amount out of like this subgroup was maybe like $106,000, $107,000, right? Because remember, we was only trading for like 2 months, okay? The person who ended up winning, he had $5 million. He took 100,000 and turned it into 5 million. Everyone else, I'm talking about the second closest person, had like 108,000.
Right.
And what he did, he traded options. So my professor never actually taught me options, but that's the first day that I got exposure to say, I got to learn that because it multiplied the money so significantly higher than anyone else.
Right. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Deontay Bodie, you know, just an enthusiast. Again, I gotta say this, not licensed. This is not advice. This is a gentleman on here. I wanted to bring this brother on to tell his story, share his experiences. Now, before I let you go, you're launching an endeavor, and without specifically really diving into it, can we just give you a social media so people can reach you directly to find out what that endeavor is?
Yeah, sure. So I give to the business page, investors_table. That's INVESTORS_table. And that's Instagram. You can go on there. We have our website in our bio. You can check out the website. And that's perfect.
Investors. So I'm gonna put it up here real quick. Investors table on IG.
Yeah, investors_table.
Investors_table.
Yep.
All right, there it is, man. Hey, man, best to you. I appreciate you for taking the time out. Good luck with the endeavor too. We'll be talking offline more about that because I'm interested. But yeah, so if y'all want to get at him, investors_table, Deontay Bodie, Florida State's finest apparently. And I'll get with you, man. Appreciate you for coming on.
Hey, definitely. Salute, man. Appreciate you for the opportunity.
All right.
All right.
There it is, y'all. I just really wanted to you know, bring him on, man, and kind of, you know, because it's a lot. I just started, right? So I definitely don't have enough knowledge and wherewithal. You know, I'm out here losing money. So I wanted to bring somebody on and I can grab an expert, but I wanted to bring somebody that's more or less close to me and my capabilities, but can articulate it a little better than I can to you to show that you too can do it. Because he's doing it and he did it. And so they have him and his team, they have an endeavor. So you can check that out. Y'all not gonna get me on an FCC violation. So you can check out his Instagram and see what they got going on over there. So Deontay Bodie, investors_table. They got a situation jumping off at 7:00 tonight, actually. So make sure you get there real quick. Man, interesting stuff. I got to tell you, when I first, Zoom, I had about a year ago, I had a Zoom account, a corporate Zoom account. I was doing these interviews for Dr. Boyce Watkins. He was launching this whole new online digital platform, and he put out a call to hire interviewers. And I was selected. It was about 10 of us, and we were doing interviews with his corporate account, right? So we had all the logins and access and all that. And I was like, this is cool. I was like, I don't know. I was like, what's different than FaceTime? But it had more of a corporate, you know, professional feel to it. And I looked at the stock and it was like 44. This is last spring. This is spring before last. It was like 44. So when the quarantine and lockdown happened in March, I opened the Robinhood account because I had like 7 people sending me to join Robinhood and get a free stock. Right. Everybody was like, yo, it's easy. You need to. So I finally got on Robinhood, put like $100 in there, got the free stock. My free stock was GoPro, the cameras. Let me tell you, that stock has not moved. That free joint is a hustle. Anyway, so I watched Zoom, and Zoom was like 139 then. And then we hear all this virtual classroom stuff, right? March, April. And I'm like, this is the future. But I can't tell. And then right when I'm about to thumb and push the button on buy, give me one share. I just want one share. And all that press, you know, Zoom getting hacked. And every day was a negative report for like a week. And my limited knowledge of things being circular and cyclical is going to come back. I was like, oh man, Zoom is dead. It's done. Then Bill Gates starts running these Microsoft commercials on TV, Teams. And then at the job, there were some features that they didn't like about Zoom. So we using WebEx at the work. So between WebEx at the work, Teams in the school system, I was like, Zoom's done. Who knew? And I ain't pay attention. Next thing you know, Zoom $400 something whatever dollars. And my man, shout out to him though. He really worked that. That's a wonderful situation. I want to get better at it, and hopefully we all too. Because there's some people who say, when you talk about, when you read and hear those talks about generational wealth and all of that, they talk about real estate and the stock market, point blank, period. And we got to learn both, and we got to play the game, be able to pass on that wealth. So there's that. All right, let me take that down. All right, I'm waiting for my next guest to jump on. That was interesting. That was some fascinating shit. Waiting for my next guest to jump on. It was I was a part of an open mic, a global, what was called a global open mic on Zoom last week with a crew that has been doing, man, I don't even know what to call it, moving the culture forward for 20 years easily. And so they used to do a live show, the longest running DC open mic. And they took it virtual, of course, in the lockdown. And we were on there the other night for their third one. And we got to talking about their new podcast about untoxic masculinity and the death of the real nigga. And how the most unprotected species on the planet is the cisgendered straight black man. So I was like, oh man, we gotta have a tough talk about that. We got to put that to the forefront and circle back on that. So I'm just waiting for them real quick. All right, let's see what the Peanut Gallery is talking about. Teams. Chris Barrett, what up, Chris? Chris said Teams is the bomber. I don't know if that's good or bad. Was that a misprint? Teron said we use Teams at my job. Yeah, right. So that's why I asked the question about fluff, because I'm like, yeah, we all use it, but I ain't know it was, the price is driving up because people use Teams and WebEx. Like, I don't know. I just missed that one. I missed the boat on that. Let's see. What else y'all talking about? Zoom has been around for a while. Actually not though. Well, I don't know what you, Cerise, I don't know what you, Beachbody coaches were using it back in the early 2010s for their team meetings. Okay, okay, you know what? It may have. I'm talking about when it went public, which was March or April of 2019, I believe. So that's what I was referring to. They probably have been using it for the better part of the decade, but it went public a year and a half ago. You use Zoom for your business. Schools use Zoom. Way more students. A lot of schools, let's see, we just switched to Zoom. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some schools it's either or. It depends on where you're at and what are your needs. Do you want to be able to put people out and ban them? Do you want to be able to, have students share their screens? Like it's a toss up based on your needs as a school or a school district and what type of kids y'all got. Because if you got the kids where you can corral and control, you might be on Teams. If you can't control them, you might be on Zoom. You understand? So that's it. All right, let me hit these my homies real quick. Email. How do I log in? Of course. Check your email. Or no, better question. What's your email? All right. Based on needs. No, that's real story. All right, stand by. I should play this. Hold on a second. I'll play this and get my man on here. All right, here we go. Let's do this. All right, so I got Crank Calls on Spotify, in case you didn't know. And you can go listen. And the more you listen, follow the playlist. The more you listen, the more I get residuals. But in the meantime, let me play this throwback classic crank call. Here we go. Enjoy. Commercial break. Y'all ain't even know we was rolling like this. But we do. The telephone man, ladies and gentlemen.
How can I help you?
Yes, do you do Sunday brunch?
I'm sorry?
Do you do Sunday
We
brunch?
we have brunch every Sunday from 11 to 3:30.
Okay, can I place an order early because I'm bringing in my church choir. I'm the breakfast ministry. I'm with the breakfast ministry at the First Avenue Abyssinian Baptist Church of the Latter-day Saints, and I want to place an order. You carry a fried Fred ham and cheese, family size.
No, I'm sorry. We don't carry those things. I'd be happy to fax you a copy of our current brunch menu.
Well, how do you fix your Norfolk? I want a smoky Norfolk. I don't like it baked. I like it smoked. Sure. And Yolanda Adams apple.
Hold on one second.
Hello.
Sorry to keep you waiting. This is Lee. How can I help you?
Yes, I'm putting in a brunch order. I represent the breakfast ministry at First Avenue Baptist Abyssinian Latter-day Saints, and I'm in charge of getting brunch for this Sunday.
Okay.
I was just trying to put in a big order because the Continental Breakfast Ministry is pretty strong and devoted. Do you serve the Kirk Franklinks on a bun?
What's that?
Kirk Franklinks. They're like little short hot dogs.
We don't.
What about the Winans cheese, family size?
Wine and cheese?
Winans cheese. It's like in shape of the Winans family. The big BB.
No, I don't think we do.
What do you do? The small CC?
What's that?
A smaller version of the BB, the Winans. Are
No.
you familiar? You're not familiar with that at all?
No, ma'am.
Sir, first of all, I'm from the First Avenue Baptist Abyssinian Latter-day Saints, the breakfast ministry. Is there you do hoagies and like a Mary meatball sub?
No. Do you want me to give you a description of our brunch menu?
With the shackle-shaped onion rings? Yeah, give me a description then, I guess.
Okay. We have about 5 appetizers.
Is the Shirley Caesar salad one of them?
We do have a Caesar salad, but I don't know what a Shirley Caesar
the Shirley, Shirley Caesar. Are you familiar?
No, ma'am.
I am a sir. Praise him. I am a sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am a man of God.
Well, I am sorry.
Okay, continue.
We have sauteed chicken livers.
Sauteed chicken. Are they in the shape of the Bible? That's the ones I heard of that so popular down there. Is that the ones?
They're not in the shape of the Bible.
Okay.
They're just in the shape of a liver, I guess, and that comes with some brioche toast.
Some brioche?
Uh-huh.
What is some brioche? Is that from the book of Revelations?
I'm not real familiar with my scripture, so I don't know. I don't think so.
So you don't serve the Thessalonians omelet or anything of that nature?
No, sir.
What about the resurrection soup?
Yeah, we have she crab soup.
Where you eat it and then 3 days later it come back something fierce. What? Are you laughing? I'm trying to place the order, and I don't think when I come back and report to them the time I had talking to you on the phone that they're going to be happy. Do you have amen muffins?
We do not have amen muffins.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us on that commercial break. Make sure you go to Spotify and make the playlist, the Crayon Smith playlist. Yeah, because that was hilarious. That's from like 2002, maybe 2002. That was his Crank Call album before your favorite Crank Call album. That was before Nephew Tommy. It wasn't before Ricky, but it was before Roy Wood. It was yeah. So yeah, shout out to him, the legendary Crayon Smith. Back in the day, you can go to that playlist. You can get that right now, and yeah. Matter of fact, let's take a look. Let's see if it's still there. Let's take a look. I got some other ones. Hold up. Gospel brunch. Wait a minute. Hold on. Stand by, y'all. Stand by. I appreciate your patience. We'll do another quick. Oh no.
Here we
No,
go
y'all trying to get
again.
me. Y'all trying to get me blocked in 7 countries. I don't need that. What is you doing? That is not what I wanted to do. Trying to get me blocked. Hold up. Turn that down. I'm waiting for my man Truth to figure out the login. While we look for another one of these. Hey, we're approaching 975 subscribers. Man, we're approaching. We are approaching. I need 1,000 subscribers, man, and we can do some magic, make some magic happen. And it's getting there. It is. All right, here we go. He ready. Please start your camera. All right, this gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, big homie, for the culture, rapper from the famed group God's Illa. Him and his 3 brothers, Morgan State alum, Up and Up Showcase, Up and Up Fashions, Up and Up Movement, and from the global Up and Up. I'm just waiting for him to get his camera on. We'll be there shortly. Truth, man, what is you doing? We don't even need the camera. If we can get your audio, we good to go. We can get your. Let me see. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So we ain't even gonna trip off the video.
All right, cool. I got some dumb shit on my computer where I downloaded an app that uses a different camera, and now it's reading from that dumbass camera. So I'm gonna be fluid for a minute. Let's rock out. Go ahead, bro.
No, it's all good. If it's tough times, man. And if you want to get your OnlyFans jumping, do you handle your business, man?
I need to.
Handle your business, man. All right, so I gave you the world's longest intro. True for Up and Up. So look, let's get right to it. So the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You decided to go ahead and launch that because you feel like, from what we talked about the other day, that the black man, the cisgender, straight black man, is the most unprotected, most disrespected species on the planet, and it's completely, the way things are set up now is completely uncool to be one of us.
Absolutely. So it sounds like a terrible cry. It sounds like the white man cry. The white man in America feel like, you're taking America from me. Right. It's some bullshit. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's really hard to say. It's hard to spin it or say it out because you sound selfish or what have you. But I didn't say, I don't want you to misquote me, that the black man is the most unprotected. That definitely belongs to the black woman.
Yeah, I added that because
I know he tried to start shit, try to get me canceled right early. So for me, it was the fact, like, I take that Malcolm X quote that the black woman is the most unprotected person on the planet. I agree with that. But I feel like it started to be weaponized towards the black man. It's a separation. It's a conversation going on that I am not with. I don't know if I can curse, but I don't give a damn how true it is.
Yeah.
Or what outliners make it true, to what degree. Black men are for black women. Every fucking black man I know are for black women. The coach I come up around. So don't try to put it on all of us. Don't put the bullshit on all of us.
Right.
If you're accepting everything, shit, Gabrielle Union got us accepting Dwayne Wayne's son as a daughter. Don't misquote me on that or say I'm bashing anybody. What I'm saying is, if I look at somebody born with a penis, I've been grew up 40 years to learn that that's a boy. That's common sense shit, right?
Right.
One is 2. Now you telling me, like Dave Chappelle joke, this shit was funny, but it wasn't like, why you gotta convince me that this shit is that's a girl? Like, but at the same time, I can't do shit I grew up on. I can't listen to gangster rap music. I gotta cancel all of that because of what it said about black women and this and that and the third. So you're pushing in a new culture that's totally opposite of shit that we grew up on, and it's unsafe for me to say it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we're gonna say it in an articulate way that won't get us canceled right away, but eventually, just saying real shit will get you canceled.
Well, that's it right there. Just saying real shit will get you canceled. So then, what is real shit?
Real shit is the truth, and it hurts, but it sets you free. It's the truth. The truth is, man, like, I be asking questions. You know how you grew up in the church and they be like, don't question God, just go with the shit. It's called faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, the main thing, I want to have a conversation with many Christians because I just want to know about Jesus' teenage years. That's my number one question for everybody. What about Jesus' teenage years?
Teenage Jesus. Yeah, what about high school Jesus?
Yeah, like I want to know the truth, but that's a question like that sound like I'm being sarcastic or being an asshole, but I'm being freaking honest.
Right.
I'm being honest. There's certain shit it's so much taboo shit that you can't say.
Now, if I could just kind of, because they can't really see you, so they really can't catch the vibe. If I could talk about your background, you were raised as a 5% nation.
Yeah, I was born into the nation of gods and earth.
Nation of gods and earth. So that that puts you in a position where you have a strong foundation and a belief system. So what do you say to the fact that everybody gets to say what they want except you, or everybody's beliefs are protected except your own? How do you deal with that?
Well, you also being the brother that holds some secrets, you part of a big time society yourself. So all brothers who have any kind of knowledge, you see what I'm saying, and know the truth. Michael Jackson knew the truth at the end. So you feel kind of, you know what I'm saying? You feel some kind of way. Am I still on?
Yeah, you still on. We hear you.
Okay, I couldn't see. I was trying to fidget with this camera for real.
Yeah. I see you working.
So, boom. So I just feel like I know growing up in a 5% nation, you enlighten. I just want to make a quick fact that if you talk about anybody named in the top 10, they're going to have 3-5% of some at the top. You know what I'm saying? Rakim. Also, they're going to be influenced by the 5% nation. That's why Jay-Z did the song with Jay Electronica. And that's why he been spitting 5% juice for like decade now. He was rocking the chain a couple years ago. But these are all, when you know the truth, you ain't got to claim you're 5% or same nation of gods, even Muslims or Masons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know the truth. They're walking around with this shit. That's why they keep it a secret, because you could be murdered for it. But now what they're doing, they're making the truth so criminal that you can't even say it in just. You can't even just be a regular nigga that just got your 9 to 5 out here teaching your babies to be righteous. Because if you say it out loud, you get Nick Cannoned. And not to say that everything he say was proper, because I wouldn't agree with some of his language too. But you can't deny the underlying history and facts when people bring up this shit. You have to go to history. It best rewards most research. So the fact that they muting the black man, it's on purpose. It's on fucking purpose. And the black woman is being the number one weaponized creature, because she always is. She's the easiest tool for the white. That's why she's the number one government worker. She's the number one front of the VP now. You know, they love using a black woman to do their dirt or to represent, and the black women gonna get excited. Like, shit, I'm independent now. I make my own. I work for Lockheed Martin, making $150,000.
I pause right there. All right, slow that down. Let's go back.
Okay, go ahead.
The easiest tool. Explain that, because I don't want that to be missed on anybody. What do you mean by that?
The black woman's a great representative. Fucking, she's the backbone. Like John said, she's the backbone of the goddamn world. She birthed the Mother Earth. She's stronger than anything. You don't even know what black woman. I got a testimony right now of a black woman I know going through some shit. And I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like, boy, like, they can do it all. You know what I'm saying? But we put so much on their backs for so long, they kind of broken. They want to be Meg the Stallion now. They don't want to be mothers no more and shit like that, because they want to take a break. So don't mind being, they want to be bossed up because men played them so long and shit. They just want the money now, like the career now, the everything but the family, the mom, the breastfeed, the in the kitchen cooking, all that shit is going backwards because it's too archaic. You know what I'm saying? So now we're using a black woman now we got that financial gap in the household. It's like, oh shit, your woman make more than you? You know what I'm saying? That's a conversation. I don't need no man. Shit, look at this big ass house I got.
Right.
That's a tool. You bullshit, you cannot create the family, and man need women. So that all that narrative has to shut the fuck up from both sides, from men and women. It has to, because you can't do shit independent. You just can't build a nation like that. It don't even make sense. Take all your riches and die with them shits. May they bury you with everything you thought you gained from fucking America. You and your dream. Like, no, it's not true. You know what I mean?
Now, there are some who say, it's just a matter of society evolving to be more inclusive and diverse. How does that go against your narrative that is just not the truth? It's not the true way.
We've been knew what black women were capable of, man. We ain't have to see Hidden Figures, even though it was a great fucking movie that I ain't even watched the whole thing. Don't let me hold you. Just the premise of the movie, these black women fucking getting this plane through mathematics. I mean, this astronaut shit through mathematics, getting it. We know what the black woman is actually capable of. It's not a surprise to us. You know what I'm saying? It's not a surprise to us.
Right.
So, I mean, it's worried, man. I'm sorry. What was the question? What was the direct question?
I was talking about evolution, right? You know,
Yeah.
because diversity and inclusion.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So to your point about the regular nigga or the regular straight black dude being a target, you know, there are those who right now are campaigning and saying, you know, it's room for everybody, and that just because that's the way you brought up, don't mean that that's the way it's supposed to be.
The way I was brought up on Scarface, Snoop Dogg, and that's the only shit being outlawed. The way I'm thinking, while you making way for the Jalen Smiths of the world or the Zaire Ways or whatever part me, I don't want to use them as an example. I shouldn't be using that young boys, young ladies, whatever name at this point on some real shit just because it's too young.
Yeah,
like,
right.
His business or her business shouldn't even be out there like that. But just using an example that gets promoted. And Jalen, you know, when the Smith child says something crazy, it gets promoted. But it's a lot of regular stand-up, man. Boxers used to get promoted, but now that shit too violent. You get punched in the head.
Right.
We came up in a boys club. You can't play football no more. You're going to be dumb. You're going to have this. And I get it because those things are right. Those things are actually truths. You know what I'm saying? To some degree, through science, whatever. Oh, yeah, I don't want my son bumping his head for 12, 13 years just to get a scholarship to go to college.
Right.
All right. I don't want that. I don't need that. It don't make sense. All right, putting them in the ring. So some things, yeah, but still, that toughness of your son. How you gonna substitute now? How you going to substitute that discipline he got from football or boxing just because you want him to be this new man that he can be? You know.
Yeah.
It's tight that Afeni raised Tupac as a black woman. Like, oh, she made Tupac. That's amazing, right? But no, he had Geronimo Pratt as his guy. He had the whole Panthers around him. Yeah. We understand it's some black men of our generation that didn't show up at a time. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of brothers in the hood. If you grew up in the hood, you had somebody to look up to.
Yeah.
Even it was that dumbass dope dealer that's like, take your ass in the house, shorty.
Right.
And like, we don't have those men in the community anymore. And for real, all this shit I'm talking about, it ain't got nothing to do with black women or they turn against us or society putting something against us. It's our bitch ass. Mm. To be the real topic, it's these college educated $100,000 fuck boys.
Yeah.
I'm teaching their kids. I know it.
Yeah.
I know it.
Hey, wait a minute, I might have cut you off. Say that part again.
Yeah, it's the motherfucking $100,000 plus a year college graduate.
You're teaching their kids.
I'm teaching their kids.
Yeah.
So I know they some fuck boys. You know what I'm saying? I know it's the black man first. We the foundation. We ain't gonna never put this off on the black women. I'm just want to put the word out to the black women is don't go against us. Don't use that too. Don't follow that fuck ass narrative that they putting out there. It's not truth. It's not. I don't know nobody not raising their children. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. My brothers, I remember the generation because our generation missed a year of fatherhood. A lot of us didn't have fathers. So you know what the narrative was? Hey man, when I have kids, I'm gonna raise them. I ain't gonna be like my dad. And then it was those of us who had dads and got a chance to go through college because of our dads. Like shit, I'm gonna be like my dad. So if you look around black men, a lot of shit that's going on when they're going on to that child support shit and all that weak ass system that's against the black man, set up for the black women to be like, oh, let me take this way out. I believe. Let me say some real controversial shit to get you some listens.
Let it fly.
I'm gonna get myself careful. I thoroughly believe only because of going through it. So I'm gonna speak on a situation I never speak on. The number one thing I don't touch on social media is child support because you might get me in my fucking feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like I might be that nigga the long thread. Like ooh. So I just feel like. And sister, I do know people also. I mean, I don't know personally in my circle people who don't take care of their children, but whatever. So I saw a comment on YouTube.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, everybody has their, experience.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel it. We talked about it on that show. I don't think it's a narrative out the blue. But what I'm saying is, don't believe it as an overall thing to put black men in. To say black men do that more than this group of men. That's not fucking true. But what I'm saying is, I don't believe a woman should get child support unless she was married. Period. End of fucking story. Unless she was married, she should not get child support. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because it goes to now I make $100K too, bro. Fuck that. I had to put my biz out there, but who don't make $100K? It's 2020, my nigga. So he's like, y'all hating brothers making $100K. Absolutely fucking that. But
you laying out a lot fast, so it's just don't get caught up in the comments because
look out the comments because you guys some YouTube followers. YouTube people weird anyway. What is you doing watching on YouTube? Like
that's why I want them. What do you mean?
No, I know that's the monetize. Get your money, black man.
Yeah, hey, you tripping?
I'm coming with my shit. I know. I follow following you. I'm watching you like shit. Every day you have content. Every day this shit is watchable and it's over 3 minutes. It's going to be monetizing. You have a channel. You have a show. I'm not no fucking fool, boy. I'm just moving slower than you. You my guinea pig, yeah.
I take it. All right, so for women, if they're not married,
But they should not. And I'm gonna tell you why. And go to another show. And I'm not being sexist. And shut the fuck up. I got all these daughters in the house knocking right now, trying to get my attention. And that don't justify not being sexist.
Right.
But anyway, I say this because it's a woman's choice. That validates. I'm fuck pro woman's choice. It's a woman's choice. So look at this way. Say. I'm gonna make it try to be funny, but say you and I have a baby girl, Mr. King. That's some gay shit, right? like, nah, let's make a broad, miss, whatever. So anyway, and she come to me like, yo, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, yo, it's my choice. Like, yo, I don't want to do with that shit. I don't want it. It's just like you can say, because what if you come to me saying, look, she come to me like, yeah, I'm pregnant, but you know, I'm not gonna have it. Boom. I'm like, yo, I want to be a father. My culture we don't do that. I can't even have no opinion because it's her choice.
I see what you're saying.
So she can take me out of this shit because women do take niggas out of this shit. Like I'm gonna have this baby despite you, and I know I can get a check from it. So if you're gonna have it, you strong because if something happened to you, I can take care of this motherfucker too. You know, like if given the options of putting the corner, but it's always on a woman because she with him and she birthed him and she deserve it. Not to say I'm just saying that's because the way it's set up. Just because our system, I have nothing against motherfuckers having a baby. You have a baby, you responsibility. Right. If it's a baby, let it grow. That's my father told me when I was 17. I tried. Go with him, thought he was gonna share his weed or something. If it's a baby, let it grow. What the fuck you want me to do? So I look at him like, what do you want me to do? Like it's like, and it grew. And 22 years later, and shit. Now she got one growing. Look at my ass, granddad out this bitch.
Oh no, I ain't know that. Congrats. Yeah. Didn't know.
I don't tell niggas that. Then you go to all your chats and followers. I'm on
an exclusive Grand Truth. We got a Grand Truth coming.
I've already pop out. They go on the weekend. It's a man's choice to pull out, but it's also a man can't have sex by himself. Austin. You know what I'm saying? We all make decisions. You a woman shit say you can't go in without a condom. Woman can say that. No. So we all got standards. Let me get out the comments. Interview me, brother.
Yeah, let me know.
Look, way to fast shit up.
I'm loving it, and I know you can go. And so we're gonna stop it right there because they got to pay for that. They got to pay for that. So what's up with when is the podcast? Have y'all done it already? What's it called? When is it dropping?
So yeah, we put in the podcast. It's called Non-Toxic Masculinity.
Got it.
I don't even believe in the phrase toxic masculinity because
I hate it.
Toxic is not masculinity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a toxic person. It has nothing to do with masculinity.
Like, nigga, I knew Tory Lanez was trash from the first time I ever heard that nigga. Like, I seen him in interviews. I judge my MCs by interviews. That's why I'm never going to fuck with Rick Ross. And I told niggas decades ago I didn't fuck with Kanye. You got away from him to go crazy. I can see it. You a grown man. You call yourself the Louis Vuitton Don. You're not my kind of homie. You smell me? Like, you're a different breed. You know, when you're a grown man and somebody say you was they say your past, you was a parole officer or security or whatever them niggas in the jail be, a correctional officer.
CO,
And you come in the interview, you say I wasn't. That's a lie. They stunting. I'm like, you ain't a grown man, bro. You ain't come far enough in life. Like,
right. You was what you was. What you mean?
And that's like, if you that super drug dealer, you supposed to stunt. How you think I got the connects? I would have spent that if I was Rick Ross.
Right.
See, you know, COs be crooked all the time. You silly, bro.
All right, so we you definitely gonna come back on, man. You and Ed. I don't know what happened with Ed. Ed was supposed to be here too.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be looking for it. I'm gonna push it out there, and you have to spit this gift weekly, man. God, I love truth, ladies and gentlemen, from up and up.
Day,
the coach. Oh man, I played the wrong one. I was supposed to play these applause. Hold on, I gotta play this applause for you. All right, here we go. Truth Hall, ladies and gentlemen, educator. He's a chess coach. He teaches your kids.
Right.
Man, is the real deal. Next time, hopefully, we get this. And that's why we ask for donations. So for niggas like him, we can get his camera on.
I feel like trash with no camera, bro. But that's good because at least they can't cancel me now, man.
And I appreciate it. In 2020, I took my born name, man. I took my 5% name in 2020, man.
What is it, God?
Perfection effervescence, man. Call me
Perfect. God. How you see that, God? We're gonna build on it next time.
We're gonna build on that. All right. All right. That's my guy right there. All right, round of applause. Yeah, he can go, man. His name is his name, man. Truth. He's for real. He's the truth. Google, do your Googles. Look up Godzilla, and if you want to listen to some good classic hip hop, Godzilla is the name of the group. All right, y'all. We reached that point of the show. That was a tough talk. I had to bring back the tough talk. That will not be the last of it. We'll continue that conversation at another time. And right about now, we like to leave with a word, leave on a lesson with a word from an elder in a segment I like to call Hi Dad.
Happy every day, brothers and sisters. This is Alpha Papa with today's reflection. Scams aimed at seniors. In the past 2 months, I have been solicited over the phone and emails with various opportunities to release my money to various unknown persons. My AARP newsletter keeps me up to date on the current scams. However, there is always a new one floating around. Here are some that I have encountered in the past 2 months. Do I want to sell my timeshare property? I don't own one, so I cannot sell it. I have come into a large sum of money, and they need some money in order to send me the money. Does that make sense? We have a vaccine for the coronavirus. Send for your kit now. Yeah, right. Social Security and IRS will calls that state you must pay or you will be prosecuted if you do not pay now. IRS and Social Security don't make calls. Free vacations, lunches, dinners, anything free. There's nothing free in this world. Scammers have a lot of time on their hands, and they know that most likely you are home. Stay vigilant and protect your money. Peace and blessings to all. Alpha Papa.
All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the show, man. Trending topics, hilarious commentary, celebrity interviews, and interesting people, all in one 1 hour show. You're not getting this nowhere else, man. Make sure you download the Humor Mill app, man. We're in there live with like 3 other shows. Check out Box Seats. Dale Harrison has a show, and Joe Claire has got a night show in the Humor Mill app where we're streaming live. And please slide us some money so we can pay some production costs around here. $ Lamont King 06. And I'm not really begging. That's just, support, viewer support. It's like if they ran commercials during the show, somebody would have already did it, but we ain't run no commercials. So become a patron, patreon.com, Mr. Lamont King. And to our guests, I appreciate Deontay Bodie for jumping through and going live with Truth Hall. We definitely going to go live with Truth again on another show. He's definitely coming back and being a regular on Let's Go Live. To everybody else, though, y'all be safe. Roland Martin, I appreciate you standing by and your patience. We ran out of time today. We'll try to get you in tomorrow, man. Y'all be safe.